Kongsuran has had a hard time in the past month. His opponent's 7 Bright Chamber of Commerce's hand is despicable and shameless, regardless of industry ethics, poached his 2 pillars of alchemy expert, making him bitter. If it really caused Spirit Pill Workshop to close down because of this, then his career in Violet Source Chamber of Commerce would have come to an end. After finally finding a Xianxia, he had just signed the Divine Soul contract, which was expected to allow him to become the 2nd alchemy expert in Spirit Pill Workshop to stabilize the situation. Unexpectedly, there was news that Pill Master Fan was going to leave at this moment. If Pill Master Fan really leaves, then the situation he has worked so hard to restore is likely to tilt again, and the future will be worrying. His anxious throat caught fire, and he led Xianxia hurriedly towards the backyard. Before the people arrived, he heard Fan Hong's yelling, "Who dare to stop me? Fans quit, get out of my way. Don't blame Fan for being rude if you don't go away." In the backyard, several guys were persuading him, but they still looked like they couldn't stop Fan Hong. Hearing the words, Kongsuran quickly accelerated his speed a little bit, and in the blink of an eye he came to the backyard. He was seeing Fan Hong's angry face, his whole body agitated, and he seemed to be about to fight. But after seeing Kongsuran, Fan Hong frowned, and a hint of guilt flashed deep in his eyes. "Pill Master Dan, what are you doing?" Although Kongsuran was annoyed by Fan Hong at this time, he did not dare to say too much. He can only ask sadly. Fan Hong sighed and said, "Treasurer Kong, it is Fan Hong who can't help you. It's just that Fan Hong has decided to leave. Please forgive me. Pill Master Fan thinks that Kang's salary is not enough? Or is there a better price elsewhere? If so, let's discuss it." Kongsuran knows that the most important thing now is to figure out the reason Fan Hong is leaving the Spirit Pill Workshop, so that the right medicine can be prepared to keep him here. Treasurer Kong is insulting Fan by saying that Fan has been stationed in the Spirit Pill Workshop since he came to Maplewood City, and has refined the Spirit Pill for the Spirit Pill Workshop for 10 years. He has already regarded this as his home. Even if other place offer higher price, Fan won't be greedy. Fan Hong looked impassioned. It seemed that Kongsuran insulted him. Kongsuran smiled bitterly, "Neither is it for this reason, why did Pill Master Fan want to leave suddenly?" Fan Hong sighed and said, "Treasurer Kong, in the past month, Fan has been making pill refining day and night. Almost all his oil has been exhausted. If this continues, Fan is afraid that he will not be able to bear it. Treasurer Kong, please let Fan go." Hearing this, Kongsuran was at a loss for words. When the two of them were talking, Xianxia was also observing Fan Hong, and found that, indeed, as he said, this person was most likely to be overworked. The whole person's mental state was not very good, his whole body fluctuated in strength, his hair was messy, and his eyes were deep concave. At first glance, it could be seen that it was due to excessive fatigue. And this Fan Hong's strength is not high, only the peak of the 3rd order void return stage. With such a cultivation level, Xianxia estimated that even if he was a Void King grade alchemy expert, at most he would only have a Void King grade low rank. After all, sometimes pill refining requires the support of internal power, and the weaker the strength, the less hope that a good spirit pill will be refined. But most alchemy expert deal with pill refining all the year round. Where would they have the time to cultivate? Where does the powerful force come from if you don't cultivate? Without strong power, how can you support high-intensity pill refining? This has almost become a vicious circle in the profession of alchemy expert. It's Kong who hasn't thought about it carefully, and I ask Pill Master Fan to forgive me. Kongsuran also knew that Fan Hong had paid too much this month, and he bowed quickly after hearing this. Fan Hong said in shock, "Treasurer Kong is serious." Kongsuran shook his head, "It was Kang's fault, but now it's all right. Kong has found another alchemy expert. Pill Master Fan no longer need to refine the spirit pill like before, so let's go. How about coming back to the pill workshop after a few days off? Find another alchemy expert?" Fan Hong was stunned when he heard the words, his eyes scanned among the crowd, and finally fixed on a strange-looking Xianxia. Xianxia smiled at him slightly. Pill Master Fan contribution to pill workshop, Kong is naturally aware in his eyes. Saying a gratitude words is not much. You can go back and rest for a while, and come back when you feel comfortable. Kongsuran looked sincerely. Looking at Fan Hong, he didn't want to let Fan Hong leave. This. Fan Hong looked troubled and seemed a little hesitant, Just as Kong Saran was about to strike while the iron was hot to persuade Fan Hong, a clear and sweet voice suddenly came from outside, "Pill Master Fan is here, the time has come, and this mistress is here to pick you up in person." As soon as this person's voice fell, Fan Hong's face changed drastically, and a purple-red color suddenly appeared on his pale face due to excessive consumption, like pig liver, embarrassing to the extreme. But Kong Saran was startled, and soon gritted his teeth and said, "Xon Ningi." He looked extremely hateful, as if he had a great hatred with that woman named Xon Ningi. Yang Kai rolled his eyes, vaguely understood something, and looked towards Fan Hong with a smile. Fan Hong was uncomfortable, his eyes were erratic, his lips wriggling, as if cursing. When Kong Saran's gaze shifted, Fan Hong flushed even more, wishing to find a hole to drill down. The old man understands. Kong Saran smiled coldly, "Pill Master Fan really found a better place to go. If that is the case, you might as well say so, and the old man will congratulate him, so why bother to find some excuses?" Fan Hong gritted his teeth, a little embarrassed, and said, "What does Treasurer Kong mean? Could it be that Fan's contribution a month ago was fake?" In order to make a pill for Pill Workshop, Fan had vomited blood a few times, if not. With Fan's support, Spirit Pill Workshop has long been closed. The more he talked, the more excited he became, and it was a burst of impassionedness. Hearing this, Kong Saran frowned deeply. It took a long time before he sighed leisurely. He seemed to be a lot older, and he nodded slightly and said, "Pill Master Fan said it is good. If it weren't for your support, Spirit Pill Workshop will indeed closed long ago." "Hey! Since you understand it, I don't need to say it anymore." Fan Hong snorted coldly. Fan also thinks about his own future. People don't kill themselves for their own sake. Treasurer Kong should also know this truth. "Treasurer Kand, you take care, Fan is leaving." When the words fell, Fan Hong pushed aside the two guys in front of him and went straight to the outsider. When he reached Yang Kai's side, he turned his head and smiled at Yang Kai slightly, and said with some gloat, "You will be miserable in the future." Yang Kai shrugged, non-committal. Kong Saran stood there, pondered for a moment, then suddenly turned around and followed Fan Hong away. Outside the Spirit Pill Workshop, a pretty lady with a rather revealing dress stood outside the gate with a smile, and was followed by a few beautiful maids. She smiled and had a variety of styles. The exposed snow-white skin and looming white gully attracted countless gaze of the martial artist in the past. She didn't care at all, on the contrary, she seemed to take those men's gazes very much. Fan Hong hurriedly walked out of the Spirit Pill Workshop, came to the beautiful woman, and whispered, "Didn't I say I will go on my own, what do you mean by coming here now?" Xon Ningi smiled, her red lips wriggled and said, "What's the matter, people come to pick you up in person, could it be that it's not okay? You woman, ha!" Fan Hong looked helpless. Xon Ningi said, "If you want people to know, unless you do nothing, do you want to hide it for a while? Besides, it's just a different place for pill refining. What's so shameful?" Fan Hong's face was sullen and did not answer. He knew that Xon Ningi did not come here to welcome him, but to blow the morale of Spirit Pill Workshop, and he was just a pawn that could be used by Xon Ningi. So he knew that what he said was useless. While the two were talking, Kong Saran had already walked out, looking at the graceful and beautiful woman with fire-breathing eyes. Xon Ningi screamed, and patted her towering chest, "Treasurer Kang's eyes are so fierce, as if you are about to eat this mistress, but Treasurer Kong, you are so old, are you really okay?" While speaking, she covered her mouth and smiled. "Treasurer Zhou." Kong Saran was not moved by her beauty at all, but smiled coldly, "A good method, and the old man admire it." "Ah, what does the Treasurer Kong mean? I don't understand it." Xon Ningi swayed, and suddenly a lady's fan appeared in her hand, gently swaying. "You are all sensible people, why pretend to be confused, but the Treasurer Zhou thinks that this will make me close the Spirit Pill Workshop, then you are very wrong." Kong Saran sneered again and again. "Ha ha!" Xon Ningi covered her small mouth with a lady's fan, and stared at Kong Saran with beautiful eyes. This mistress remembers that there were 3 Void King grade alchemy expert under Kong Saran before, but now they all seem to have gone to this mistress's pill pavilion. Could it be that the Treasurer Kong himself is also a pill master, and he wants to put on the battle himself? "Old man, you are not too young, you must take care of your body." "Hey, Maplewood City is so big, How hard do you think it is to find a Void King grade alchemy expert? Kong Soren smiled. Xon Ningi was stunned, and said in amazement, does the treasurer Kong have other alchemy expert? Fan Hong leaned over and whispered a few words in Xon Ningi's ear. Xon Ningi wrinkled her eyebrows, her gaze immediately shifted to Yang Kai, her beautiful eyes lit up, and she smiled and said, this pill master, dare to ask your surname? Yang. It turns out that it is pill master Yang. This mistress was not polite. Xon Ningi pursed her lips and said, pill master Yang is so young and has a good cultivation level. He can actually practice pill refining, which makes this mistress admire him well. There have always been many people who admire me. Yang Kai chuckled. Xon Ningi stagnated slightly, as if she didn't expect Yang Kai to be so brazen. She didn't care, she still smiled and said, then I don't know if pill master Yang is interested in coming to my pill pavilion to make pill refining. This mistress can give pill master Yang. Xon Ningi. Before she could finish her words, Kong Soren yelled furiously. To be continued.